Part 2 is here, and this is going to be the deck profile using just 3 structure decks. A lot of the cards that we need are already in here. However, there are some cards we want to add, but we can get to that in part 3. So we're going to go through some of these. I'm going to kind of give you guys quick explanations on some of these cards. And we have a pretty fat stack here, around like 51, 52 cards. But so starting off, this is our Spellcaster lineup, 2 Cartasia and 2 Quem. So you just want these because resource reasons, they're really good to also normal summon. And then you have 3 Albaz and then 3 Albion. So Albaz is for resource reasons, you do want one in deck almost always, and the 3 Albion is great to draw, able to get you into the Branded Fusion. And then for the Bestial lineup, the Sarnier is the best one, kind of like Albion. When you get branded spells and traps in grave, you're able to add some of them back to hand. And then for your Despia lineup, you have the 3 Aluber and 1 Tragedy, basically, adding branded spells and traps. And here's our 1-ofs, Mercurier and Kit. These come up. Mercurier probably comes out a lot more. And you could play Incredible Ecclesia, but I don't really think you need to. And for our hand trap, 3 Nibiru. Me personally, I feel like I need a hand trap in my locals. So that's a personal choice. And then for your spells, these are the best ones. These all get you into either your branded cards or get you the fusion monsters in grave to then get to the branded cards. So we max out on them, and then Branded Fusion is that too because, well, it's semi-limited. So don't play more than this because you can't. Otherwise, we would be playing 3. And then for our 1-ofs, we have Branded in red, white, and the Lost. And then these bottom 2, Foolish and Goldstark, are to add your Aluber to then add your branded spells. And then we have Thrust and Super Poly for our non-engine. So Thrust is basically just going to add the Branded Fusion or the Fusion Duplication, which is the trap card. And then Super Poly is for the board breaking. And then our 2 traps. I don't really think you need to play the other branded traps, mostly because we already have the new card, which is almost always what we're going to be setting off of it. And then Albion, 3 Albion, and then 2 Mirror Jade. You don't need 3 Albion, but it's like the best thing to max out on because it's just structure decks. And then 2 of each of these because you do want to use each one of them in the graveyard for their effects and then summon them. That's like more ways for interruption. And then all these 1-ofs. Most of them are just for the graveyard effects, but the Alba Lenatus is pretty good for breaking boards, especially because there's going to be a lot of mirrors and blue eyes. And then Grand Grindel, this one you could cut to 1 to play Sprint, but I feel like it's just the best one when you can't get access to your actual branded cards. And then the Dogmatica package, you would probably side this in going first almost always because this lets you play through like 2 or 3 more hand traps than you usually would. But it's really good, really bad going second. And then the Bestial cards, I would play these in stun matchups or like grind games because Branded Beast and Branded Regain is infinite grind game and you can keep popping back row. And then the Banishment here is for the mirror matches and the extra traps that you can play for when you're going first and thrust into them. So let me know what you guys think.